welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, the Fj45 gets a new motor, as you can see behind me here, as well as I install the guards, the front bib, headlights, and as well as I installed the gearbox cover, gear shift lever, and a few other things. So with that out of the way, if you enjoy this video, make sure to go down below and like and subscribe for more. So let's get into the video. Okay, so this is what the motor looks like now. It's pretty much ready to go, other than I have to join up a few more fuel lines, like the suction and return lines here. So just the line off the fuel pump and the return line off the carby. So other than that, there's not a lot to do. It's just a bunch of wiring, cleaning the fuel tank, installing that, and then clipping all the body panels together. I started doing these ones. As you can see over there, there's no bolts in there or things. There's only a couple of bolts holding this on, but the guard is bolted on just roughly in place, so I'm going to adjust that in a bit. I started re-bolting the bull bar on, just got a few little bolts in it hand tight, but yeah, so now I'm just waiting for my fan shroud, which is over there, to dry enough so I can top coat it. Then I'll let that touch dry and I can join that onto the back of the radiator surround here, and then that can go into the car, and I can bolt in the supports to the chassis, and this one here goes to the battery tray. And then once that's in, the front bib can go on, which already has the headlights and everything in it, so I can plug that in and start doing wiring harness stuff. And yeah, I got the fuel line over here, as you can see, up over here. That's where it split and it kinked. So my mechanic suggested that we just replace it with a bit of fuel line. So we just chucked a couple of hose clamps on there. I'm probably going to put a couple more just so it doesn't blow apart, because I think it could be the suction line, but it probably is just a return line from the carby back to the fuel tank. But other than that, that's the front bib over there. It's already got the headlights and everything installed into it. And I need to get a gasket for the trans cover there. I think I'm just going to use like exhaust duct foam tape and just put it around and poke a few holes through it. But the car's looking great at the minute. I'm actually really happy with how the motor came out. My mechanic did an awesome job on that. As well as I have a new steering relay rod down there. My mechanic managed to find me one, and it looks way better than all the other ones. And yeah, so I now have full steering in the car. The steering wheel is in. I'm not sure if that's the final position or if I'm going to try and line it up a little bit better, but I think this will do for now. I'll tighten that down and put the wheel back together. As well as we have the gear shift lever in now, which took a little bit of fiddling around with, so I didn't bother filming putting the gear shift lever in. But if you need a good video on that, the 40 channel has a really good video for how to do that. Their channel has actually helped me out a lot throughout this build. Oh yeah, the car's a little bit muddy. It's the first time it's had mud on it in ages. Just got a bit of mud on it while I was on the trailer on the way back. But other than that, that's about it. So I'll probably just chuck the bull bar on now, but I'm not going to film that because it's just a bit tedious. So I just put a seal on the transfer case cover, or gearbox cover, depending on what you want to call it. I just used a roll of this duct foam here that my dad managed to get from work, and I just stuck it all the way around the outside and just molded it to the curves and things. And it actually seems to work pretty well. So now I'm just gonna poke a few holes through it and install it into the cab. Okay, so now I got the whole gearbox cover in. There's a few spots where bolts had snapped. I don't know if you can see, but there's one down there, one over there, and one up on the firewall over there. So I'll just pull them out from the other side later on and replace them with bolts, but for now, that'll do. And I'm just going to put the the gear shift boots on now. I've done a ton more since that last clip. The last clip was, I think it was of me installing the gear shift boots. And that was yesterday actually, so it's the next day now. And I've been out working on the ute all night. So I got all the guards on now and they're all bolted up. I packed up the front bib. So you can probably see down there, like just under that there, I packed that up. Just to try and like get the body lines and stuff over there right. It's still a little bit off, but it'll do for now. I can't really be bothered mucking around with it anymore. I've also painted and installed the little solenoid or whatever you call it, the thing that's bolted to the guard just there. Painted all the bracket and everything for that and bolted that in. And then not sure what else I've done. Oh yeah, I installed the starter motor down there, and the cable on the end of it is a little bit messed up. As you can see here, it's got a bunch of like splices and stuff in it. That's probably not the best video of it, but I've got a bit more of this wire here, and I put a little connector on the end of it, and I'm going to probably use that as the starter motor wire, but for now this will do. What else have I done? I have done a bit on the interior of the car. I installed the passenger seat. Open up this door here. So the passenger seat and everything is now installed. I'll just zoom out. But yeah, so that's looking pretty nice inside now. Yeah, so I painted all the legs and stuff up on that and installed that. And that might be about it. It took a lot of mucking around. See, this is what I was talking about before with the body lines. See how that bit there is sitting down a little bit low on the front, but it'll be okay. It still seals a little bit. There's a little bit of gap down the bottom there. I don't know how well you can see that because the paint's a bit shiny, but yeah, so now all I have to do is figure out where all these fuel lines go, which is a bit annoying, but I'll get it done. And then I have to sort out this wiring harness because it's a bit funny. It's alright under the dash, it's just the engine bay. I think people have just spliced stuff into it everywhere that wasn't supposed to be on it, but yeah, it doesn't matter, I'll fix it. But yeah, so this is probably all the work I'm going to do for it tonight. Okay, so if that's all for this episode, thanks for watching. Please go down below and subscribe and like the video for more. I'll see you in the next one.